All right. Well, good evening, Team Renew family, and congratulations on being with us tonight on this special video conference. We do this video conference every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern time. And tonight's a very special night because I've got some of my good friends, mentors. I really can't say enough about these individuals. We'll be hearing from Mr. Frank AuCoin tonight, and we'll be hearing from his bride, beautiful bride Teresa, at a future point. But everything I'm going to say about Frank, I could say about Teresa, but really I want to give them a proper introduction. Frank and Teresa have been entrepreneurs for a very long time, really decades, and they have really an incredible rags to riches story. When they were married, they were living in a trailer, and Frank talks about not being able to keep the heat on and some of the challenges, unique personal challenges that he's had to overcome. And over the years, Frank and Teresa have become very, very successful business people, entrepreneurs, have been recognized in their city and in their state as business people of the year in the business community, and have created really some remarkable marketing and business and entrepreneurial programs. And Frank and Teresa both have been some of my best friends in Legal Shield. They're like a second mother and a father to me. If I needed really sound advice and I needed it quickly, from someone that I trust and admire and look up to, I would be making that call to Frank and Teresa AuCoin. And they've been so kind and so loving to me personally as a friend. And on their personal Legal Shield credentials, they're $400,000 ring earners, which means that they're earning in excess of $400,000 annually with Legal Shield. Just think about that, y'all. $400,000 a year with Legal Shield, much of that money coming in residually, almost all of that money coming in passively. They're multiple millionaire club members, have been platinum executive directors. They've got the platinum jacket. They've got, just about every accolade you could have in Legal Shield. And on top of that, they are brilliant trainers. And we get a training tonight from Mr. Frank AuCoin, who is going to be training us not only on business and financial success, but he's going to be training us on success in life. So with that said, I'm going to mute out my video, and I'm going to go and unmute Mr. Frank AuCoin. Let me mute mine out and see if you show up. Frank, thank you so much, sir, and I'm going to turn the video over to you, sir.
What, Chris, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. I hear you fine, and you're showing up perfect.
Oh, well, I'm not perfect, but I'm showing up. That's the main thing. Hey, listen, big shout out to your whole team. And is your son with you?
I'm actually going to grab him right now. We had those tech issues, so I wasn't able to get him, but you do your thing, and I'll have him in about 20 seconds.
All right, that's good. And while he's going to get his son, listen, I'd just like to thank all of you for jumping on the Zoom call tonight. We've only done, a couple of these, and we don't know how we look. We don't know how we're going to do them here, but this is a training that I've fallen in love with, and it's helped our organization so much. But before I start that, I just want to tell y'all that Chris Hughes is loved by our team. Matter of fact, he's going to be our guest speaker at our upcoming event for our entire team. We had a vote, who do you want in our Legal Shield to come in and do our training for our team event. It's a huge team event that we have. And we did it once before a few years back, and he was voted #1 to come back, so we got Chris Hughes coming. So we're honored to do that. And y'all need to be very appreciative of that young man and what he's accomplished and what he's doing to help y'all grow your business. So I want to thank you very much. Chris, are you back yet?
Mm-hmm. I'm back. I've got a couple with me here. They're ready to see you. Do your thing, Frank.
Well, I give a big shout out to Rael. I know he's with you. And we've got the millenniums. I don't know what generation he's in, but I'm going to say hi to Rael. And I told Chris I was going to tell y'all a joke before we got started. He said, go ahead. So I like to have fun. And so I'll tell y'all a joke about these two women that were doing yard work. A blonde and her friend were doing yard work. And the blonde had a weed eater, and the cat ran by, and she cut the cat's tail off. And she said, oh my Lord, she told her friend, say, grab the cat, I'll grab the tail, and we'll go to Walmart. And her friend said, why are we going to go to Walmart? She said, well, duh, they're the largest retailer in the world. So, and Chris thought it was funny. I thought it was funny too. Well, listen, Legal Shield is on a real roll right now. We just got off our own call, and Trisha, that was what? How many up ranks? 50 or 60 up ranks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And we get so many people hit ED early. We try to get everybody to get the ED by the 25th and get everybody else, in the Performance Club by the 15th. And they're all accomplishing their goals. And we're just thrilled with what's going on. And of course, I think a new presentation is getting ready to be announced. And I think it's going to change everything in Legal Shield. And there's been a team working on that. And Mr. Hughes is part of that cadre that did that training to get it ready for all of y'all. So this is a training that I love to do. I came up with it recently. I call this my Rembrandt because it not only explains your business, it explains life and your legacy. And I've done something similar, but I've added some stuff to it, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. So we did this training, Teresa, what, 2 times or 3 times? And the last time we did it, a gentleman that was brand new in the company went out the next 2 days and sponsored like 5 people in 2 days with this. And he got to look at something and did his drawing for him. So what it does, it points out to people where they're at in life, and then what happens in their business and the legacy they can leave to their family. So the goal here, and I think all of our goals, is to create financial stability. That's why we're all here. And once you create financial stability, here's what I found out. If you have financial stability in your life, you can have emotional stability. But I don't think you can ever have emotional stability without financial stability. And so financial stability is the main thing. And then when you do that, you end up having joy, happiness, peace, and freedom in your life, which is really important if you're going to feel comfortable in your life. So this is a drawing of, maybe it's you. If you're single or you're married, it doesn't matter. But this is the average person's life, and this is where my wife and I worked for years. And what happens is that this is your job and this is your house. And maybe you've got a wife and a couple of kids here. And so you go to work every day, and so you're actually down here holding this thing up. You're holding all this up. You're down here. Now your wife may work too, so it may not just be you, but you're trying to stabilize this thing. And so you go to work and you're bringing some money into the house, and you do this for 40 years, by the way. Most people work about 40 to 45 years. And if you do that, you're going to work 93,500 hours in your lifetime. Now, every day you're going to work, day after day, and week after week, and month after month, and year after year, and decade after decade, doing something, and I was doing something you could never own, never sell, and never leave to your family. And it never made sense to me. And what happens is you're bringing money into the house, and maybe both of you are, and all these people are bringing money out of your house. I think most of you have a house payment maybe, or rent, and most of you have lights, and you have your water bill, you have your sewage bill, you have a car note, you have insurance on the car, you have a cell phone, you have the internet, you have food, you have Christmas, you got birthdays, you got college loans, you got credit cards, you got 1 or 2 bringing it in and dozens of people taking it out. And unfortunately, what happens is you're holding this whole thing up to balance it. If you lose a job for some reason, you get sick, you get injured, the job closes, competition comes along, it's like a teeter-totter. You're holding this whole thing up. If this goes away, this whole thing drops. And that's not a very comfortable feeling. That does not give you financial stability nor emotional stability. So I want to show you why your legal shield business is so important, because this is 97% of people in the country are like this. And only 3% of us have figured out how to create wealth. And you're among that 3%. And whether you know what you got on your hands or not, at this point, it doesn't matter. But here's the good news. You started your legal shield business, and now you're bringing in income. You're bringing in a little more income now because you're in a legal shield, but you're still by yourself. And then you start sponsoring people, other associates to help you with this. And you might bring on somebody like, let's say Brandon and Emily. So you got Brandon and Emily that join you here. Now they're helping you hold this up. And what you don't know when you sponsor Brandon and Emily, and I know Chris probably didn't know this, I don't know if he sponsored personally, but what he didn't know is that they were going to bring on literally, now listen to me, if you sponsored them, I don't know who you are out there listening, but if you would sponsor Brandon and Emily, you would have thousands, I mean thousands of associates. And they would be helping you hold this thing up. And I'm not going to draw thousands, but you're getting the picture. And then you bring on Mac and Anna. And Mac and Anna come on. And I know Mac and Anna are good leaders on your teams. And they're bringing on 100 associates. And then you got April Hurst. And she's bringing on hundreds of associates. And pretty soon, you've got so much support under here, and every one of these people are moving memberships. And then you have Nathan, Nathan comes on board here, and he's helping you hold this up. And I think Nathan, in the last few months, has sponsored 40 people. So between all these people, it's no longer just you holding this up. As a matter of fact, there's a point, and you'll reach it very quickly, where you can actually walk away from this thing. Just walk away. You might go on vacation. A friend of mine in our business just went down to Mexico and stayed an entire month. But his team was still supporting this. Now, let's say that you've got Brandon in them here, and they're writing hundreds of memberships here. They got all these memberships. And you're making money. We call this front-end money. This is front-end money here. Now, they keep writing, all these other people are writing, and you keep stacking this up, and you keep stacking this up. Every year they keep writing. You got front-end money, now you got back-end money. Now, my wife and I have never done anything since we've been in business without front-end money and back-end money. You do that because you have a subscriber-based business. And the entire world has changed to a subscriber-based business. And every industry is looking for that. I mean, you're seeing it with Microsoft has a back end. Amazon has a back end. Matter of fact, I think Amazon has 48 million people who pay for that Prime stuff. And that creates that financial stability you got. So you're not only making money on the front end when the sale is made, you're making it on the back end. And this goes year after year after year after year. And this is that residual income they're talking about. Your front end money is important for your current lifestyle. And once that's built up, then your residual income comes in, and it gives you all this financial stability, which creates the emotional stability, which creates that joy, happiness, peace, and freedom in your life. But if you're just starting out in your business, here's what's going to happen. This is an apple. If you cut this apple in half, and I've cut maybe 50 or 60 in half doing demos, in every apple there's approximately 5 seeds. Now, so you cut the apple open, you take the seeds out, and there's 5 seeds. And you can literally count the seeds in that apple. Just like if you just came into business, maybe you've been here a month or two, and you say, well, I've only got 5 people in my business. Well, what you don't realize is, just like this apple, you can count the seeds in the apple, but you can't count the apples in one seed. Because if we plant these seeds, this one may die, this one may die, this one may die, but this one lives and this one dies. Because some of the people come to your business, they'll drop out of your business. But there can be millions of apples in that one seed. Just like they didn't know that when, let's say that April came into business, they didn't know she would last or not, but she grew, and she kept growing, and she kept growing. And she added hundreds of associates. So although you can count the seeds in an apple, you can't count the apples in a seed. And you cannot count how many associates inside of one associate. So you can continue doing this if you want to. My counsel to you is that this balancing act is dangerous, because when my wife and I got married, I was making some money. I was going to work, bringing some money in. She was going to college. And I fell off the roof of a house. I was doing some construction work, and I was out of work. This whole thing fell like a rock. And I promised myself that I would never, ever be the only asset bringing money in the house. Stick around as long as you can, because you never know. Like when my wife and I got John Gardner in our business, John and Elizabeth came in, I didn't realize that he would eventually have almost 50,000 associates. So you put 50,000 people under here, and then you bring on someone like Scott Chapin or some of our other people, some of the other teams we have. We now have financial stability. And the younger you start this, the better off you are, because my wife and I didn't start leadership until I was 58 years old. So it doesn't matter whether you're 58, 68, it doesn't matter whether you're 19. We've got 19-year-olds in our business earning $8,000 a month now. So this is a training so that when you bring a new associate on, when they see that they will no longer have to be the only people supporting their whole lifestyle, that they're going to add, maybe 5 or 6, a month, or maybe 2 a month. But as this grows, they're going to have thousands of people holding up their family. And if something happened to them, like when I pass away, my wife will not have to worry about me being gone. I can be gone, but all this is still holding it up. And once she's gone, then our children will still be helped up. So what you're building is more than just something to toy with. This is serious business here, because now you're not the one responsible for money coming in and paying all the bills. Because every membership that moves takes care of all this. This will be gone totally. You won't have to worry about this. And when we got this squared away, we were able to take that money that we no longer spent on anything. We no longer had to make payments on anything, because we had so many people moving membership that we started buying homes and stuff. We ended up right now, I think we're at 40 homes, and we pay cash for all of them. Now, we didn't start like that. I need y'all to know that when we got married, we were very broke, and we stayed broke for a number of years until I figured all this out. I hope this training helps a lot. That the goal here is for you to have financial stability. 1 is never a good number. Like 1 car and you need 2 cars, or you got a business, you got 1 customer. If you lose them, you go away. 1 of you working, if something happened to you, this whole thing just teeter-totters and falls apart. So if this training has helped you and you like this training, I'd love to hear from you. And Chris, I don't know if you let them do, or it's okay if I do this, but I would love them to, just send me a text and let me know if this helps them understand that not only are they going to be building a lifestyle, they're building a business, will end up building them a legacy. And that's what we're all for here. That's what we're all doing here. And you're going to make so many friends along the way, people like Chris Hughes and all the other people in the legal field. And your whole life is going to be defined literally by the friends you make and the deep relationships you build. And I can't think of anything that will create more deep relationships than helping people improve their life. Matter of fact, I think it's the highest calling on life. I don't think there's no higher calling on life to help improve someone else's life. I hope this helped improve y'all's. I'm going to give y'all my phone number, and if you like this and you got something out of it, I'd love to hear from you. And Teresa tells me not to do this all the time, but I'm going to do it anyway. My number is 843-324-2929. That's 843-324-2929. My counsel to all of you also is to draw this picture. Get used to drawing this picture. Because when you sit down with a new associate and you show them this will be very comforting to them to know that sooner or later, they will not have to be the only one supporting this whole thing. That they're going to have a whole team helping them hold this business up and holding their lifestyle up. Chris, any comments? I know she just walked down here. No, she's working on another project. Chris, I hope that helped. If you want to come back on and say anything, I'll be happy to hear it.
Hey, I'm just, I'm loving this, Frank. I love the simplicity of it. I love the visuals. It's something that you could do on a napkin over lunch with a brand new associate. And, you were saying earlier, and I want to make sure I get this clear, every time you sit down with a new associate, you draw this out, right?
Yeah, because they need to understand it. They're not going to be the only one doing this with it. We're going to show them we can help them build a team. And it also shows them that Because I'm gonna tell you, I bet you that 99% of your audience that you got on this phone right now, you know, if something happened to them and their income stopped, their lifestyle may drop. Now I don't know that. I know ours did. I know my brothers did. I know my sister-in-law did. You know, got hurt and stuff. She just got in a car wreck, as a matter of fact, and she got injured, a little injury and going on. We don't know what's going to happen, but you want to have this financial stability. You want to have something else holding you up. And here's the real deal. Wealth is created by owning equity and ongoing transactions. Wealth is created by owning equity and ongoing transactions. Generational wealth is this: only equity and ongoing transactions that happen without you being there that last beyond your life. This is you owning equity on every transaction that happens without you being there, and it will last beyond your life. This is really important to understand. So there's some simple concepts. It sure gives me a peace of mind to know that all that's out there in case something happens to me or something happens to Teresa. And I'm telling you, you'll feel a lot better about yourself when you get this figured out and you show this to people, and they'll feel a lot better. And they're going to stay in the business longer because they know that one person coming in their business can change everything in their life. If any one of you would have sponsored Chris Hughes, Chris, I don't know how many associates you have, I don't know how many memberships you've moved, but if anybody would have sponsored you, they would be a happy camper. I can tell you that right now. So I'll wrap it up there, and if you got anything else, I'll answer questions if anybody wants to answer a question.
Yeah, I'd love it if you're available to stick around for a minute. I'm getting a lot of chats here. People are just saying, awesome. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Love your drawings. I have a request, and then, well, we'll open it up for questions, y'all. If you have a question, you can use the chat feature built in to Zoom, or if you've got my phone number, you can send me a text as well. We're getting some more thank yous coming in, Frank. But in the meantime, I just want to make a request. Would it be possible to get just a photograph of that graphic you just drew? Like when we're done here, just snap a picture, have Teresa, maybe Teresa could text it to me.
Can y'all see it okay? I mean, is it pretty clear from there?
Oh yeah, it's really clear. I just like to have, like, I want to put that drawing on our team Facebook.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay.
Chris, I think training is going to help people get they're going to feel a lot better about what they're building because they're confident now that it can happen. And I don't care whether you sponsor a 19-year-old or an 80-year-old. I mean, they're going to bring in some people, and that thing's going to be supported, and you'll feel a lot more secure in your life when you get this going on.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Any questions you want to do, we'll take.
I'm not seeing any specific questions. Just a lot of gratitude being shared right now. But I do want to just say this: that for the average person, leverage is an abstract idea. You know what I mean? I mean, people don't know what financial leverage looks like. We've all been programmed. We've been conditioned to be a cog in another person's wheel. We've all been told to go to school, get good grades, get a good job. Nobody's talking about entrepreneurialism. Nobody's talking about, be the wheel. It's all about be a cog in the wheel. So this training, I mean, I'm glad I've got half my kids in here. I need to go grab the other half because this is something everybody on the team, all of our kids, all of our grandkids need to see because this is the stuff that we're not learning in school.
Yeah, everybody's leveraging this thing, but it's leveraged the wrong way. You need support under here. It's like a bridge. If you have this one thing and something happens and the bridge falls, well, your whole deal falls here. None of this is going away. You can have that. I mean, how long will you have to pay your light bill? How long do you have to pay your car note, your insurance, your cell phone? How much food are you going to need in your life? You're going to always need finances coming in. So I love this drawing. I may even change this to my Picasso. I'm not sure.
I love it. Okay, we did get a question. Let's see. So Jody, this is Jody Dwyer. She's asking, what do you use to keep track of your list? And Jody, if you want to clarify, are you just talking about like his contacts, his initial list, or the people that he's meeting every single day? Or are you talking about associates on his team? And if you have any thoughts, Frank, you want to share just based upon that question.
Well, let's see what he meant by it first.
Okay.
I have lots of lists. Teresa gives me a list every morning of people who have moved to membership, people who have sponsored somebody. I've got a list of leaders I call every morning.
It's amazing.
I don't know which, Yeah, I mean, there's hundreds of associates that move memberships and, sponsor somebody, and if somebody's not calling to congratulate them, they think nobody cares. So it's really important that you call them, and say congratulations on moving that membership, sponsoring that person. Then they know everybody's watching. I'll tell you what, I think that's been one of the keys to our success, as a matter of fact, without a doubt.
I'm going to see if I can pull Jody into the call if her phone is listed here. I'm not seeing it listed. Oh, go ahead, Teresa.
I was just reading the note.
Oh, okay.
I still want them to text me and let me know personally what they thought of this.
Yeah, she's saying thinking of your networking or your prospecting list. So how do you keep all that straight, or where do you put it? How do you organize all that?
How do I organize prospects?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I probably wasn't the most disorganized guy in the world at that, to be honest with you. I try to do it right on the spot. I try to make sure it's done right on the spot. Like today, a young man came over here, and before he left, he had the information with him. And I'll get back with him, and all you do is just keep a thing of what time you're going to call him back. Everybody has their own system. Some people have it on the computer. I write it down. I make my own list. Prospect, we started out, we had an in-town list, an out-of-town list, and it got, it gets pretty big pretty fast because it's not on your list, it's all your associates list and stuff. But whatever's comfortable with anybody.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, Frank, I don't want to keep you. I know y'all are on the East Coast over there, but I just want to say thank you so very much. And Teresa as well. I know she's kind of behind the camera, but this is invaluable. This is not just good stuff. This is important, urgent stuff.
Yeah, really. This could be people. This could be houses. This could be anything. But there's nothing better than Legal Shield. It's the least capital intense business I have ever built, and we've built some multi-million-dollar businesses. But when you think about the capital intensity of some businesses in a year, I mean, probably for $150 a month, you're running a multi-million-dollar company. I mean, it is nuts to be able to do that with just a little bit of money to run this kind of business. And we do it right from the house. I mean, we created all this from the house. And by the way, all this has all been part-time, and we've been part-time in Legal Shield since we've been here. But it's been the best profit business we've ever owned in our life. And it's given us the best lifestyle of any of them. We could literally close down everything else and just, very comfortably live on Legal Shield and no problem whatsoever. So believe me, whether you're part-time or full-time or half-time, you're gonna still do okay.
Yeah, you could struggle by on $400,000 a year, Frank.
Yeah. And the nice part about it, I mean, we really didn't need it because, we got all the new money coming in, and then the old money, the residual money is gravy. That's where you got to go out and do something. Here's what's going to happen to all of you. If you stick around long enough like Chris, your biggest problem will be money allocation. What do you do with money? That's going to be your biggest issue. What do I do with the money? Financial allocation of your money. So anyway, that's my drink for y'all. Here's my nightmare, that you don't get down here. You just stay there for 40 years. And you go to work 93,500 hours in your lifetime. And if you do that, you're going to look old like me, because I didn't learn it until late in life. So if y'all learn it early, you'll look good like my wife. So. Or like Chris.
You look great, Frank. Great training.
Thank you. All right. Well, listen, if there's anything else I can do for you, let me know. Other than that, I'll chime off here.
All right. I just want to thank you, sir. I love you. I love your bride. And thank you for your leadership, your vision, your friendship, your mentoring, and just the sweet relationship we have together. I just so appreciate you.
Chris, you're one of our best friends, buddy, and we appreciate you.
Thank you. God bless you guys. I'll see you soon.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. What an amazing training that was. And I do a training on leverage, creating leverage, and I've got scribbles all over the dadgum board. It's not something that you could do on a napkin over lunch with a new associate. And the brilliance of what we just saw was the simplicity of it. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets a teeter-totter. everybody gets a seesaw, up, down, up, down. We want to keep it balanced. You know, we have income coming in, we have income going out. We got to keep that balanced. And if the income coming in goes away, then the income going out becomes overwhelming for all of us. And we saw that in just a few simple images tonight. I've got a little one running around my office here. But y'all, a couple of you were asking for Frank's number again. Let me, you know what? I'm not sure which one he gave out, so I'm gonna. Oh, 801. No, it's 847. What? If you got his number, put it on the Facebook, on the Closed Legal Shield or the Team Renew Facebook page for those of us to share. And you know, we've gone a full 30 minutes. And it's movie night here. We don't have any school tomorrow. So I want to go up and watch a movie with my kids. But there are a couple of announcements and really exciting announcements that are going to be coming out on May 1st. And I'll be sending out text messages on that ASAP. If you're not a part of our text group or our Facebook group, we really don't have a way to get a hold of you. And the same thing with your team. I had a guy today text me and say, hey, can you add my new associate to the text list? And I actually can't add new associates to the text list. So you all have to do that. And here's how you do it. You have your associates text LS Renew, or excuse me, at, like the at sign, at LS Renew. That's what you're going to type in the text message, and the phone number you're going to send it to is 81010. That's it. So you type in the phone number 81010, and then you text at LS, like Legal Shield, at LS Renew, like Team Renew, RENEW. So LS RENEW. When they send that text to that number, they're going to be added to the Team Renew list, email list, or excuse me, text list. And make sure you go to Team Renew, the Facebook page. We have about 2,020 subscribers there, or followers, or likes, or however you do that. Make sure that you and your teams are connected there, because there's going to be some big announcements coming out on May 1st. And I want to make sure that you all get them on May 1st so that you have the best shot at winning these contests that are going to be announced corporately on May 1st. I just got that text from Frank AuCoin, so I'll load that up on our Facebook page, the graphic of that pictures, those pictures that he drew tonight. And so that's it, y'all. We've got another great training plan for next week. We're going to be trying to do a lot more of these, going into the homes and or the offices of other successful Legal Shield millionaires and multimillionaires, so that we can not only hear them and not only see them, but they can do a training just like we saw tonight. Next on my list will be Brian Carruthers. We've got Brian Carruthers will be joining us. We've got Darnell Self will be joining us. We'll get Jeff and Cindy Hughes will be coming back. We've got a long list of some of the greatest speakers, teachers, trainers in Legal Shield that are going to help us on these Wednesday night calls. This is one of the biggest calls that we've had, video conferences that we've had since we launched video conferencing. So congratulations to all of you, and I'll do my best, my level best, to continue to get speakers that will bring massive value to what we're all doing here. So, yeah, and Lori Schock, my son, says hi. He just pointed your name out on the list here. So, Team Renew family, Legal Shield family, I love you. Here's my little one, Shaylee. You want to say goodnight, Shay? Good night. Rael, you want to say goodnight? Good night. Don't you love that we can all work this business from home and we can prove it? So, all right. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Take care. Bye for now.